To effectively advocate for a raise for a helper, several key steps can be followed. Firstly, gather substantial evidence of the helper's performance. This involves quantifying the helper's contributions to the team, such as increased productivity, improved quality of work, or reduced rework. These tangible metrics demonstrate the helper's direct impact on project efficiency and overall team success. Collect specific examples of the helper's initiative, willingness to learn, and positive attitude. These qualitative aspects highlight the helper's commitment to their role and their contribution to a positive work environment. Gather feedback from other team members or customers who have interacted with the helper. Positive testimonials from colleagues and clients further validate the helper's value and contributions. Secondly, prepare the raise request thoughtfully. Frame the request in terms of the helper's value to the company. Emphasize their contributions and how they have benefited the team and the business. This approach aligns the request with the company's goals and demonstrates the helper's contribution to those goals. Avoid mentioning the helper's current salary. Instead, focus on the additional compensation you believe they deserve based on their performance. This keeps the focus on the helper's merit and contributions rather than their existing pay rate. Propose a specific salary range or percentage increase that aligns with their experience and contributions. Having a clear proposal demonstrates preparedness and a clear understanding of the helper's worth. Thirdly, schedule a formal meeting with the project manager. Request a meeting with the project manager to discuss the helper's performance and compensation. Explain that you have observed their strong work ethic and believe they deserve recognition for their contributions. This sets the stage for a productive conversation about the helper's value. Fourthly, present the case to the project manager. Present the evidence you have gathered to support your request. Quantify the helper's impact on the team and the business. This data-driven approach strengthens the argument for a raise. Explain how the proposed salary increase is fair and reasonable based on their performance and the current market rate for comparable positions. This demonstrates that the request is grounded in reality and aligned with industry standards. Fifthly, address any concerns raised by the project manager. The project manager may raise concerns about other green helpers making the same salary. Explain that you are not requesting equal pay for different levels of experience, but rather a compensation package that reflects the helper's specific contributions and performance. This clarifies that the request is based on merit, not simply tenure. If necessary, you can mention that you have done research on salary benchmarks for green helpers and that the proposed increase is within the industry range. This demonstrates due diligence and reinforces the reasonableness of the request. Sixthly, be prepared to negotiate and compromise during the discussion. Be prepared to negotiate with the project manager regarding the specific salary amount. Be willing to compromise if necessary, but maintain your position that the helper deserves fair compensation for their contributions. This demonstrates flexibility while advocating for the helper's worth. Seventhly, respect confidentiality throughout the process. Throughout the process, respect the helper's privacy and avoid discussing their salary with them. Explain to the project manager that you prefer to keep this matter confidential. This maintains a professional and ethical approach. Remember to emphasize quantifiable achievements, such as projects completed ahead of schedule, reductions in errors, or positive feedback from clients. Highlighting these specific examples demonstrates the helper's direct contribution to the company's success and reinforces the justification for a raise. It is important to frame the request not just as a reward for past performance, but also as an investment in the helper's future potential. By demonstrating the helper's eagerness to learn and improve, it can be argued that a raise will motivate them to continue growing and contributing to the company's success in the long term. Before approaching the project manager, it's useful to research industry standards for similar positions in the same geographic location. This will provide a benchmark for what constitutes a fair salary and strengthen the argument for the proposed increase. Websites like Glassdoor Salary.com and PayScale offer valuable data on salary ranges for various roles. When discussing the raise with the project manager, it's essential to remain calm, professional, and respectful, even if the initial response is not favorable. Approaching the conversation with a positive attitude and a willingness to collaborate will increase the chances of reaching a mutually acceptable agreement. If the project manager expresses concerns about budget constraints, be prepared to offer alternative solutions, such as phasing in a raise over time or providing additional benefits in lieu of a higher salary. This demonstrates flexibility and a willingness to work within the company's financial limitations. Document all interactions with the project manager, including the date, time, and key points discussed. This will provide a record of the conversation and can be helpful if any misunderstandings arise later. After the meeting, follow up with the project manager to reiterate the key points discussed and express continued enthusiasm for advocating for the helper's raise. This demonstrates persistence and reinforces the importance of the issue. If the raise is approved, express gratitude to the project manager and emphasize the positive impact it will have on the helper's morale and motivation. This reinforces the value of recognizing and rewarding employee contributions. If the raise is not approved, ask the project manager for specific feedback on what the helper needs to do to improve their performance and qualify for a raise in the future. This demonstrates a commitment to helping the helper grow and develop their skills. In addition to salary, consider other forms of compensation that may be valuable to the helper, such as additional vacation time, professional development opportunities, or flexible work arrangements. These benefits can enhance the overall compensation package and make the position more attractive. It's important to remember that advocating for a raise is not just about the money, it's also about recognizing and valuing the helper's contributions to the team and the company. By demonstrating a genuine appreciation for their work, you can foster a positive and supportive work environment that encourages employee loyalty and engagement. Before approaching the project manager, take the time to understand the company's compensation policies and procedures. This will ensure that the request is aligned with the company's guidelines and increase the chances of approval. If the company has a formal performance review process, use it as an opportunity to highlight the helper's achievements and contributions. This will provide a documented record of their performance and strengthen the case for a raise. When discussing the raise with the project manager, be prepared to address any potential concerns about equity and fairness. Explain how the proposed increase is justified based on the helper's specific contributions and performance, and how it aligns with the company's overall compensation philosophy. If the project manager is hesitant to approve the raise, consider suggesting a trial period during which the helper's performance will be closely monitored. This will provide an opportunity to demonstrate the value of the investment and build confidence in the helper's ability to continue contributing to the company's success. After the raise is approved, take the time to celebrate the helper's achievement and express your appreciation for their hard work and dedication. This will reinforce their sense of value and encourage them to continue striving for excellence. Finally, remember that advocating for a raise is an ongoing process. Continuously monitor the helper's performance and provide regular feedback to help them grow and develop their skills. This will ensure that they continue to be a valuable asset to the team and the company. Keep a record of the helper's accomplishments and contributions throughout the year. This will make it easier to justify a raise during the next performance review. Regularly check in with the helper to discuss their career goals and aspirations. This will help identify opportunities for growth and development and demonstrate a commitment to their long-term success. If the helper has taken on additional responsibilities or projects, be sure to acknowledge their efforts and compensate them accordingly. This will reinforce their sense of value and encourage them to continue taking on new challenges. If the helper has received positive feedback from clients or colleagues, share this information with the project manager. This will provide additional evidence of their contributions and strengthen the case for a raise. If the helper has made suggestions that have improved efficiency or reduced costs, quantify the impact of their ideas and use this information to justify a raise. If the helper has mentored or trained other employees, recognize their efforts and compensate them accordingly. This will demonstrate the value of their leadership skills and encourage them to continue developing others. If the helper has consistently exceeded expectations, be sure to acknowledge their accomplishments and reward them with a raise. This will reinforce their sense of value and encourage them to continue striving for excellence. If the helper has remained loyal to the company for a significant period of time, recognize their commitment and compensate them accordingly. This will demonstrate the value of their loyalty and encourage them to continue contributing to the company's success. Ultimately, advocating for a raise for a helper is about recognizing their value and rewarding their contributions. By following these steps, you can increase the chances of success and create a positive and supportive work environment that encourages employee loyalty and engagement. Consider also the long-term benefits of investing in employee development and retention. A happy and well-compensated employee is more likely to be productive, engaged, and loyal, reducing turnover costs and improving overall team performance. Highlight the potential cost savings associated with retaining a skilled and experienced helper, compared to the expense of recruiting and training a new employee. Emphasize the importance of fair compensation in attracting and retaining top talent in a competitive job market. Underscore the positive impact of employee morale and motivation on overall productivity and company culture. Discuss how raise can serve as a powerful incentive for the helper to continue developing their skills and taking on new challenges. Explain how investing in employee development can lead to increased innovation, creativity, and problem-solving abilities within the team. Advocate for a comprehensive compensation strategy that includes not only salary but also benefits, training, and opportunities for advancement. Propose a performance-based compensation system that rewards employees for achieving specific goals and exceeding expectations. Suggest implementing a regular review process to assess employee performance and adjust compensation accordingly. Advocate for transparency in the compensation process to ensure that employees understand how their pay is determined. Encourage open communication between employees and management regarding compensation concerns. Emphasize the importance of creating a culture of fairness and equity in the workplace. Highlight the potential legal and ethical implications of unfair compensation practices. Discuss the benefits of conducting regular salary surveys to ensure that the company's pay rates are competitive. Suggest consulting with compensation experts to develop a comprehensive and effective compensation strategy. Ultimately, advocating for fair compensation is about creating a work environment where employees feel valued, respected, and motivated to contribute their best. By prioritizing employee well-being and investing in their development, companies can foster a culture of excellence and achieve long-term success. Consider the overall impact of the helper on team morale and productivity. A positive and supportive helper can significantly improve the work environment and contribute to a more collaborative and efficient team. Quantify the helper's contributions to specific projects or initiatives, highlighting their role in achieving key milestones and delivering successful outcomes. Other testimonials from team members who have benefited from the helper's assistance or expertise. Showcase the helper's ability to work independently and take initiative, reducing the workload on other team members. Emphasize the helper's willingness to go the extra mile and contribute beyond their assigned tasks. Highlight the helper's problem-solving skills and their ability to find creative solutions to challenges. Showcase the helper's ability to adapt to changing priorities and handle multiple tasks effectively. Emphasize the helper's commitment to quality and their attention to detail. Highlight the helper's communication skills and their ability to effectively collaborate with team members and clients. Showcase the helper's professionalism and their ability to represent the company in a positive light. Emphasize the helper's potential for future growth and development within the company. Highlight the helper's enthusiasm and their passion for their work. Showcase the helper's positive attitude and their ability to inspire others. Emphasize the helper's commitment to continuous learning and their willingness to acquire new skills. Highlight the helper's contributions to the company's overall success and their value as a team member. When presenting the case for a raise, focus on the helper's unique qualities and their specific contributions to the company. Avoid making comparisons to other employees or focusing on subjective factors. Instead, emphasize the objective evidence of their performance and their impact on the company's bottom line. Be prepared to answer any questions that the project manager may have about the helper's performance or their qualifications. Maintain a positive and professional demeanor throughout the discussion and be willing to negotiate a fair and reasonable outcome. Remember that advocating for a raise is not just about the money, it's also about recognizing the helper's value, ensuring them that their contributions are appreciated.